Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world today. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Thank you for joining us for this gathering we have every morning, every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Last week we were discussing who we are as Tammy's Market, what we stand for. We went over some things as far as identifying our values in our lives, right? And how our brain is a full fulfillment organ. Our brain is actually working to help us to obtain what it is that we want in life, right? And we took you through all the different components. So this morning we're just going to start with just a review of the physical growth. And physical growth, we define that as the advancement and refinements of the normal increase in the height and body. Mental growth is the increase in our thinking power and knowledge. Physical growth develops cognitive skills, memory, attention, and thinking skills. Physical development affirms or tests your self-esteem and overall achievement. And the rate of growth is rapid and uneven, with different pace and rate change for each individual. Increase includes height, weight, internal organs, as well as the skeletal and muscular systems, right? For our physical growth. And we talked about how our lives are truly amazing, how our lives are truly an amazing blessing, a true gift from our Creator. The life we live is not amazing, it's mad. And we are the instructors of our life situations and circumstances. How, you may ask? Each day we are given to wake up and live another day allows us to see how many times we can develop new skills and implement them so that we'll improve our lives. How many times do we have to do something to bring about change until it becomes in alignment with who we truly are and make an impact forever in our lives in the areas of career, play, health and wellness, relationships, spirituality, our living environment, and planning your life, as well as in your finances. So, as you're living the life of your dreams, or are you living the life of your dreams? And if you're not, what can you do to begin the steps today? Can you imagine living the life of your dreams? Do you want to know how wealth is created in your life business? You're invited to join our community to learn more. Now, as I break this down and we're looking at it, because we're talking about from the womb to the tomb, right? So from conception, you're born with all that you need inside of you to become who you desire and wish to be. Sorry. So I took some time to just kind of look back and see, because I share with you all how in utero, our children are growing and developing. And whatever we're going through, whatever phases and stages we're in and what we're experiencing, where our mindset is at, how we view life, how we view the life inside of us, given the circumstances and or situation, impacts that fetus. But once that fetus is born, that fetus begins to learn the environment that they're in. And starting as early as toddlers, they begin making decisions. Right? And we see it in our toddlers. As parents, our job is to set boundaries and limits for them and give them flexible options within a certain parameter because they're grown, right? Our job is to keep them safe and teach them about their environment, not to hinder them. We want to allow them to make the decisions that they want to make. So as a parent, we can help build our children's confidence through allowing them to make small decisions for their life. Because by the age of 3, 2 or 3, you will tell them something and they'll tell you no. They will show you some obstinance, right? They will give you a little feedback on how they don't want to do what it is that you're asking them to do. But if you provide them small choices, give them small options, and allow them to make a few decisions, that will help them as they grow. Different ways you can do that. You could play school with them and allow them to maybe possibly take the lead. Let them decide what it is that they want to teach, right, that day. Or it could be as simple as picking out what they want to wear, allowing them to pick their own outfit out. Makes kids feel great, you know, they're glad to tell everybody, I picked this out. And when we are raising children, it can be challenging sometimes, but instead of meeting them where they are with their resistance, with not wanting to follow our lead, we can provide positive reinforcement for them and allow them to make 1 or 2 choices like we just discussed for themselves and help them as they are developing over the years of maturation. Now, evidence suggests that by the age of 15 years old, many adolescents show a reliable level of competence and metacognitive understanding of decision-making, creative problem solving, correctness of choice, and commitment to a course of action. And by the age of 25, between the ages of 25 to 30, scientists are saying that our brains are fully developed by that time. The remodel comes to an end and the brain development stalls a little bit in that age. But there's positive side effects. Or by the age of 25, most of us have figured out how to control our impulses, plan and prioritize, and organize our lives in a way that gets to our end goals for our grown-up lives, right? So adults without understanding of the behavior and the phase and stages of child growth and development, when they see the child struggling to they want to have some control of their life. They want to have some say. As young as 2, can you believe it? It's amazing. That's why I love my little people. And that's why I call them little people, because you really can have like a grown-up conversation with them. It's amazing. But if we don't understand their growth and development stages, we may label them as being a fussy kid, being undisciplined, lacking some attention, or maybe they're attention seeking. We may label them as attention seeking. We could even label them as stubborn and being indecisive. And they're indecisive because they're struggling to find out what they can control in this world, right? Where do they fit in at? And that's our job as parents, to help them to go through these phases and stages of their life successfully, and help them understand to be confident in who they are, and know who they are and whose they are. This helps them as they're growing. Now, I explained to you that our brains don't really reach adulthood until between the ages of 25 to 30, right? So that means we're really parenting these children for a long time. So all those that are saying, oh, when they turn 18, they're grown. Nope. No. They still need us. They still need some guidance, even though we're allowing them to go out and express who they are from the age of 15 to 16, age from 15 to 30, they're capable of going out and entering into the workforce. They're able to go out and do some things independently of their parents on their own, to begin establishing the life that they want to live. Now, our brains are constantly developing over a span of 3 decades. And this means that certain behaviors, like excessive alcohol consumption, can be damaging when you're young. So, young people, I know you want to, hang out and do the things, socialize with your friends, but alcohol or any type of substance should be carefully considered before use. And just know that anything in excess and excessive behavior is not good. Too much of anything is not good. So you want to use it in moderation, because the younger you are, the longer the impact it will have on your life, depending upon the quantity that you drink. And if you've been listening to me for a while, I talked about how in New Jersey we have the highest rate of alcoholism amongst our youth. And how do we turn that around? I'm not really sure how we can turn that around, because I think as parents or adults in the community, in the home, we share some of that responsibility in that, because there was a time, and I'm guilty of it too, especially if you are a young mom, partying, getting together. Alcohol is usually a big part of any type of get together, family gathering, birthday parties, baby showers, you name the event, alcohol is probably there. And our children see that. And then when they begin to start experimenting, it's kind of hard to pull them back, because now they're looking at you like, well, you're a hypocrite because you did it, right? So we really have to lead by example, and we have to know ourselves as well. We have to be able to regulate ourselves for a better, healthy life, because our health really is our wealth. It's not so much monetary. It's really your well-being. How do you feel? How healthy are you? How does your mind function? And what are you doing with your life to show the example to our children? So young people, please don't do it in a moderation. Don't do it excessively. Um, that's my PSA for today. So we're talking about the brain. So I want to give you some information on the prefrontal cortex. And our prefrontal cortex contributes to a wide variety of executive functions in our brain. It gives us the ability to focus one's attention. It regulates our impulse controls. And it helps us manage our emotions and reactions. Now, there's 5 functions to the prefrontal cortex. And our prefrontal cortex helps us in our planning decisions, our decision making. It allows us the memory working, helps us to remember things. It also helps us in our personality expression, as well as monitoring our social behaviors and controlling aspects of speech in our language. So it has a pretty important job, our brain does. And you hear us talk about what it is that you value. What do you want out of your life as you are building your life, whether you're beginning to the beginning stages of your life, or you're just getting out here to be an adult, or are you already an adult and you done lived a little bit and now you see that you want to begin to become the change. You want to become better in your life, and whatever area becoming better is for you. It could be in your career, in your relationships, in your play, in your community, in your home, just for you personally. Maybe you just want to grow and stretch yourself and expand your horizon personally. What is it that you value? What is it that drives you where you don't need any help at all from any particular promptings or being told about it or anything of that nature? We talked about, I had suggested, I believe it was in the last time we met, to go to Dr. John DeMartini's website and take his value determination process questionnaire to find out just what it is that you value. Whatever it is that you value in your life, you're going to do it effortlessly. You're not going to need to be reminded. It's going to be you just do it without any prompting or anything. Now, something that you don't value as much or least value, you may require some prompting. You may have to either get someone to help you with it or get someone to do it for you, period. But it's the opposite of something that you value. And as we're looking at how we're building our lives, we want to become better people. And as we're becoming better people, we have to look at all the different phases and stages. Yes, life experiences are going to come and alter that, but we have the power. Although our brains may stop, it never reaches adulthood, which means that it's always in the phases of being able to be worked with. So we can always find some way to help our brain, help us to function in the capacity that we would like it to. Now, when you go to Dr. John DeMartini's value determination, to take his test. It's about 13 questions that you're gonna have to answer. It's a very good test. I've taken it twice already. Well, 3 times. Now I gotta take it again too. So I like to take it at least every 6 months, 3 to 6 months or so, just to see if it's anything that changed. But no, pretty much my values have stayed the same: life, family, and God. Those are my 3 highest values that I have. And I guess that shows in who I am, what I do, how I act, things that I choose to do. And probably the reason why I'm so enthused about helping others to become better in their life, because I know that if you take control of your life, that you can turn it all around and make it the most wonderful life that you could possibly make it. But you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision that you want to become better, and then make a decision on the steps and how you're going to become better. And if you've never even thought about it, or never wanted, even thought that you could even sit down and possibly process this, you can. And you can go to Dr. John DeMartini's website, and found his value test and take it. Believe me, it takes a little bit to get through it, not that long, but once you do, then it gives you another perspective on you, who you are. And as we're walking this journey, we're growing, learning, and healing. We're taking it from the womb to the tomb. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, becoming better. But each day you wake up and you get an opportunity to live the day. Every day you get to wake up and you get to live the day. You get to take action steps in that day, no matter how big or small. Every act that you do moves you towards becoming better. And if it's becoming a better parent, learning how to deal with these little people, and helping them to navigate through life as well, helping them to kind of understand, how to handle their impulse controls and their behavior, to be more aware of what it is that they're doing. They're very bright little people, and they understand a whole lot more than we give them credit for. And sometimes we have to stop and look at ourselves and see where we are, and ask ourselves, are we being the best parent that we can be? Are we providing them the best example? Are we giving them the tools to help them navigate and cope through the challenges of life? Those are questions I want us to ponder on. And as we continue this journey, we're going to dwell a little bit more into our brains capabilities. And then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of our true life business. And what is our true life business? What are some of the components of it? Right? Hold on. Y'all know I'm always looking for something, right? As I take notes all the time. And sorry for this, but I want to make sure that I'm keeping us on track with what we're doing, because we want to live a congruent, vital, healthy life. And that's going to encompass some things. And it's going to take some time for us to begin the change that we want to see. When we start taking those steps towards change, it may not necessarily be like fireworks, Star Spangled Banner playing or whatever in the back, like wow, life-changing experience. It may be little increments. You may see it over a 90-day period, or a year's time. You begin to start seeing the changes. But as we're looking at our brain and how it functions, and how it moves us towards the goals or the life that we want to live. Because really, when you make a goal and you achieve that goal, it just incites you to create another goal. So you may want to take some time to just expand your mind just a little bit, to think a little bit broader. And I believe we talked about that, allowing your imagination to just freely go and think about what life you want to live. What does it look like? What's in the life that you want to live? Um, and some of the components as we move forward that we're going to look at. We're going to look at some of the challenges we face, but we're also going to look at some of how we can overcome those challenges. We all have the ability to communicate. That means speak. We can use our words, whether it's in writing, braille, sign language. There's all different types of ways to communicate. So we're going to help you get your message out. And what are the different strategies that you can use in your life to move your life forward? What are the different strategic steps that you can take to help improve your life? Is it taking a course? Is it joining a community with like-minded people that are doing things that you like to do and you're interested in? What is your passion? What is it that you love doing that you would love to share with the world? We're going to learn how to work through problem solving. We're going to look at management of ourselves, time management, how well are we using our time, and how well are we mapping out our tasks to complete what it is that we need to do to bring about the change in our lives. And you guys know I like the 30, 60, and 90 days rule. Because I think within 90 days, you can actually begin to build momentum in your life, and you'll see as you're accomplishing the different tasks that you set for yourself, it helps you to formulate the next 90 days worth of tasks that you want to do. Are you a team player? Because in life, we can do a lot of things on our own, and our self journey, that's something we do alone. But when we come down to talking about building a life that is everlasting, a legacy, something to leave for generations to come. Now that might require some teamwork. You can't do that all alone. You can, but you're going to have to collaborate with some people to help you along the journey. And all I can say is that once you take that first step towards whatever it is that you want, it's amazing how the creator just begins to bring things to you to open up and enlighten you and give you the knowledge that you need to help you get to the next level of your life. Decision making, right? We talk about decision making. We're going to talk more about decision making. And your adaptability. How well do you adapt when things may not be going quite the way you think it should? And sometimes in life on life terms, it doesn't always go as we think it should. But how do you deal with that? Are you grateful for every day that you live? Are you grateful for the challenges that come in your life? Because those challenges oftentimes will come to grow you. And there's other steps that we're going to get into as we're beginning to build our life business. And since we're going from the womb to the tomb, we done got impregnated with the child, we done carried the child for gestation, and now we've given birth to the child, and we're watching this child begin to grow and develop. So as we're nurturing this child and we're watching this child grow through the phases and stages of life into adulthood, we now know that by the age of 30, now we know why 30 is so rewarding, right? It's so exciting to turn 30 because now you're beginning to put the pieces of life together for yourself. You're beginning, it's all beginning to make sense. It's all starting to come together, and what may not have been so important to you prior, now things are becoming more important. Like putting your business in order, making sure that you're mapping out your life for the rest of your life and trying to make it the best of your life. So with that being said, I want to thank you for your time today. And I love the fact that you give us this time to come and listen to us. It means a lot because your time is valuable. Time should never be wasted. And we wish you a wonderful, blessed, amazing week. Whatever your goals are this week, make sure that you are doing something towards those goals every day, and you will achieve them. And if your goals are really far-fetched, you're going to have an amazing journey on exploring and watching it all come together. Like I'm ending like I always do. You are a winner from the time you were conceived in your mother's womb, and you're born with all that you need inside of you to make your life a success. Have a blessed, amazing week, everyone. Go out there and be awesome. And we'll see you next Tuesday at 10. Bye-bye now.